So, a lot of people have been asking me about strength training in isolation without equipment. So, with bodyweight exercises, it's relatively easy to work on, stamina and endurance. You've got low weights but high repetitions of bodyweight exercises. That's going to help a lot. But maybe you don't even have a pull-up bar, right? Maybe you've just got your body weight, and it's relatively easy to do like push-ups, squats and everything, and get fitter. But to get stronger can be a bit more of an issue. So we're going to look a little bit at what strength is. And strength is essentially your ability to generate and maintain tension, right? Physical tension in the body. So if you watch my video on tension and relaxation, we get into a bit of that. But we also want to look at different ways to deal with and create tension. So one of the simplest ways we can do things is just to start to manipulate the exercise we're doing. So for example, if you can do push-ups with two arms, right? We're generating enough tension to do that. You don't need to generate that much here if you're relatively strong. But what I'm looking to do here, to do the push-up, I need to be able to create tension throughout my arms here. It increases as I lower my body. And then I also need to be able to maintain tension throughout my torso and my legs to keep my body from sagging here. So I maintain this tension here, I drop down here, now the tension builds most, and I push back up. And it's tension throughout the body. And there's only a minimal amount of tension needed to to be able to execute a push-up. Now, if I wanted to create more tension or to create more strength, I need more resistance, right? Or even before that, I can try and grind my muscles into ground. It's really just grind my arms in and squeeze harder, right? And it's going to seem weird because we're generating tension that we don't need to execute the movement, right? We can make ourselves use more tension by increasing the resistance or changing the load. So one of the easy ways to do this is to add to remove an arm or a leg from the equation. So if I lift one leg up off the ground here, right, now I'm having to create more tension because more of my weight is going through my upper body. If I take off one arm here, right, I'm going to have to create even more tension in this arm and also throughout my torso and my legs, maintain that stability here. So I have to create more tension throughout the arm. Right? I have to screw it into the ground harder, and I have to create more tension to move my upper body. Right? I can also do this by elevating my legs, moving the positioning of my arms, or adding weight to my body. Right? If you don't have weights, you can put on a rucksack, fill it with books or whatever for the upper body. Problem with a lot of these exercises is that progression is very hard compared to using weights, right? With weights, you can always just add a little bit of weight. To go from two arms to one arm, it's going to be a lot harder. So we can take this down to, for example, one arm push-ups on the knees, right? So now we're regressing the difficulty of the exercise from a normal push-up, but we're also progressing because we're moving on to one arm. So here, I have to create more stability, more tension throughout my upper body, through my core. Here, and more tension through one arm, right? So we can balance and progress in those ways, right? Same with the lower body here, right? If I'm doing a single squat here, right? Relatively easy for me to go from there to a one-legged squat here. Suddenly becomes an issue of balance as well as strength, balance and flexibility too. But now I have to create much more tension throughout this leg and throughout my upper body here to be able to execute the movement. Again, we can regress this by changing the positioning of the leg. If I bring it out behind me, it's a little bit easier here. lost my balance there, right? And this is one of the key things. If you lose the balance, we can change the difficulty by holding on to an object for stability here. It's much, much easier for me to execute, or something in front of me here. If you're using a door to maintain stability, please make sure the door is actually closed and isn't about to open, because you might have an accident that way. So those are very simple ways to make your exercises, your bodyweight exercises, a lot harder. Now I also want to look at a different way which can make things very interesting. So, simply put, if you're doing a push-up or a squat, right, you're normally going to just go down and up, or down and up, right? And normally we're just thinking about how many reps are we doing, right? Let's change it up a little bit by changing the tempo. So instead of doing lots of reps, we're going to stretch out a single rep to make things a lot more interesting. So now what we're going to do, say for a push-up, instead of just going down and up, we're going to stretch that push-up out. So we could do it for, let's say, start with 5 seconds here. Right, I'm in position, I have tension through my body. Now as I start to lower down, here, I'm going to create that tension in my body, here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So even though we're doing one push-up, there is more time under actual tension here. Probably more than if we're just doing 5 individual push-ups. Right. And what you're going to find is that you're going to struggle a little bit longer to move, a little bit harder. So you have to move and control that movement over a greater period of time, over a greater duration, and it's going to be a very different feeling. You can do the same thing for squat. So from here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're creating a little bit more tension. Again, squat is going to be easier to do than push-up, perhaps. It depends on who you are. But again, you can start to mess around with those variations. If that's getting easier, right? 5 seconds is relatively short. You can start to stretch that push-up into 10 seconds, 15 seconds, a minute even. This is where you can get really, really interesting, right? You can experiment with tension in your body. Where are you holding it, right? Can you do it as smooth and relaxed with tension just in the necessary places? Or can you grind that tension throughout your entire body, squeeze your whole body? Right? If you try and create that maximal tension throughout the whole exercise for a longer duration of time, right, you're going to find a single rep is going to be really, really tough. So let's say if I do a, let's say, 15-second push-up down and up, and you want to follow along, it's going to be leaving me breathing a bit harder than if I did, say, 15 push-ups, which is relatively easy. So I'm just going to go with 15 down, 15 up. So here, 15, 14, so far so good. 12, 11, 10, now it's starting to feel that tension. 9, 8, about halfway, 7, 6, now I'm shaking. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can stop and hold, or you can come straight back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about halfway. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And what you're going to find is that there are going to be areas where you notice you're weaker than others, or other areas where it's relatively easy. And so you're going to try to maintain that smooth motion all the way through. Right, you're going to have to work on your weak points. Now we do that with a squat, right, or the push-up. I'm not going to do that with the push-up because that's going to be really interesting. We experiment with levels of tension, right? How much tension do you need to go up and down? Can you introduce more tension into that area as well? So, sticking with, let's just say 10 seconds here. If we go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm trying to use as little tension as necessary here, so it's just really my legs working, my back and core to keep myself stable here. Relatively easy. I'll go back up, 10. Trying to work out where the tension is, to relax any bits that I don't need to be using. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's relatively easy compared to the push-up, but harder than just doing one squat. Now, if I want to make things really interesting, I can see how much tension, how much of a squeeze I can do. I'm going to really try and screw my feet down into the floor, try and squeeze my entire body. I'm not going to count out loud as I do this, because with that level of tension, I'm probably not going to be able to make any noise, but give you a vague idea here. I'm just going to try and squeeze and maintain as much tension throughout my entire body as possible. Focusing especially on my glutes and my legs here, squeezing. And you can breathe, or you can hold your breath. Holding your breath for 15 seconds up and down could be tricky. Now I'm really squeezing my core, squeezing my glutes, and pushing my legs, driving them down into the floor. Now as I come up, I'm going to do the same. Really squeezing and driving into the ground. Right, I'm breathing a lot harder than I would do for a normal squat. So even just doing regular squats and push-ups, you can really mix things up, right? Even before we start going to like one leg squats, one arm push-ups, just doing mixing around with your tempo, messing around with your tempo, or messing around with the level of tension you're using can really change and mess around with what you're doing. Yeah, that one was a bit tough. So have fun with that, guys. Let me know how you get on.